Thank you for clicking on the video. Welcome back to the channel. This is another review for Dahmer. This is episode 9. So Jeffrey is in prison. He gets his mail. He's been getting plenty fan mail. He got the nerve to joke with the CEO talking about I asked for some razor blades. That man looking at him like, don't play with me. Like, don't play with me. Of course, he don't have a cellmate. He's in a cell all alone. Good. He's sitting in there reading his letters. Reads one from a fan, and she, sending him little love notes and all of that. And she thinks he's so cool. And she also sent him $5 and says she'll send more if he, writes her back. And so Jeffrey pulls out a piece of paper and writes a little Alice back. He gonna draw on the picture a picture of a severed hand and then put his signature on it. I just said, child, y'all folks crazy. Crazy. Alice, you crazy as hell, okay? Because what you doing? It's just, why do people do that? It's one thing to, want to know what causes this, as far as like, you want to dive deep as far as mentally, what is this? That's one thing. And then it's another thing to be, a true crime fanatic and all of that. But then there's another level. It's another level when you writing the serial killers and telling them you their biggest fan. Like, what you fan? What is it that makes you a fan, girl? Why are you a fan? A fan? Anyway, Jeffrey eating it up. He eating it up. The inmates up in there, they all paying him dust. I mean, he want to be in there making jokes, and they've said this, that he was in there, positioning food a certain way to make it look like severed limbs and all of that. It's like, you so childish. Like, grow up. Trying to weird people out. Like, you sitting in here with other weirdos. You sitting in there with some more killers and all of that. That's not gonna faze them. If anything, you made them angry, trying to taunt them with that, with your bullshit. One of the guys tells him, that I don't think that's funny. And Jeffrey, he said, I don't like that. Jeffrey, I don't like that. Talking about some, my fans like it. And that person that said, I don't like that, is the person that's going to take his ass out. I recognized him from the hair. I recognized him from the hair because that man had a curl at the time. Or no, he didn't. He had some, he had some locks, or were they twists? There was something, he had some hair, just like the man that said, I don't like that. So I think he's going to be the one. So we are going to get to see it. We're going to get to see it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I can't wait because I haven't seen it yet. And so I think I'm going to finish it up tonight and watch it and get my notes and all of that. And I'll be back tomorrow with episode 10. But anyway, let's get back to episode 9. Glenda, she packing up her things, getting ready to head back to her house. She's been staying with her daughter and her daughter's boyfriend. The media, of course, is still outside. When they get back to the apartment, it's very eerie there. Her daughter is like, I don't think you should stay. I don't think you should stay here. She can still smell the death, in the air. And, she's like, you need to just promise me you'll call me if you don't feel safe or all of that. Glenda feels like, I'm not going to let him run me out of my house. He has done enough to me. I'm definitely not going to let him, run me up out of here. She tells her, the folks start sleeping down in the lobby, go be down there with the neighbors if need be. Which is terrible. He just done random people out of their house. They not even sleeping in their own bed. They sleeping down in the lobby, on the floor. They feel safer there than in their own home. Sorry ass. Anyway, Jeffrey, like I said, is getting mail left and right. These folks sending all the money he gonna offer one of the guards, to get him something. And what it was a tape recorder. He wanted a tape recorder with a cassette tape so he could blast well noises at night, getting on folk nerves. It sounds like people screaming or people wailing. And he talking about he likes well noises. It helps him sleep. He can't sleep. He can't turn the lights out in here. Stop complaining. You in prison. You in prison. You're not gonna have it your way. The fact that he is in there complaining about the living arrangements, like you got any say so with your living arrangements, like you gonna change anything, like it's like you an inhumane like it's an inhumane circumstance. You was around there cutting people up, and you think you should be able to turn your lights out at night. You better make it do what it do, like you been doing. Put something over your eyes, make yourself a little face mask. That's about all we gonna give you. That guard was looking at him like, you don't deserve nothing. You don't deserve anything. And so he confiscates the tape. You're not having this, and Jeff, that's mine. I paid for it. So what? You ain't supposed to be bribing nobody around here, no way. You can't have this, because I said so. Yeah, we're gonna make it, we're not gonna make it easy over here. It's not gonna be sweet. Ain't shit sweet. I couldn't believe it. Anyway, Tony's mom, she's out checking her mail, and she got a book transcript from somebody writing a book about Jeffrey. They want her signature on it. People are just losing their minds. The nerve of everybody trying to profit off of this situation. I mean, they're still doing it because, hey, hence what we doing here. Folks is just getting paid, left and right over this story, over this situation. It's really a sad situation. But you really ain't supposed to just reach out to a victim's mother talking about, can you sign my book? Why? Like that. That was tacky. She goes straight to her lawyer. She wants to sue the writer. And then he shows her that Lionel is also writing a book. And the attorney says, I think we should go after the family as well. I think we need, because she want to go after the city, of course. And he thinks that they should go after the family as well as Jeffrey. Jeffrey, whatever little piece of coin he make in there, a little 25-cent, get here, hand it here. We're going to see to it that they don't make any money off no book deals, off no movies, off no small donations being sent to Jeffrey. All that going to come back to you. And, and the rest of the families. At first, she's like, I don't feel right, after, going after the family. And the attorney is like, they trying to capitalize off of your son's demise. Sue them. What you mean you don't feel right? Because they done been through too. Lionel and his wife, again, that's that, black folks, we forgiving. Why? Why are we this way? To a fault. To a fault. Lionel and his wife, they reading the book reviews, people giving them raving reviews, I guess. They're happy. And Jeffrey, he's also getting news about his dad's book. He's listening to an interview, his dad is doing, and while he's supposed to be on duty cleaning, of course, they're like, excuse me, Dahmer, get back to work. Oh, it's my dad on TV. Don't give a fuck. Get back to work. I had to turn the TV off. You don't get no TV time. Not around me. Not when I'm on the clock. Not when I'm on the clock. You don't get no TV. We gonna turn that off. Sorry. Get back to work. Unplug it if you have to. Oh, no, it don't work. Bust the suds. Sweep the floor. Whatever it is you got to do today. Whatever your work duty is today. Get to it. Over there trying to watch TV. Lionel, he gets news about the civil suit. Sorry, your book ain't brought no profit yet, but if it does, it's theirs. And they got the nerve to be like, why would they? You should have saw this coming. You should have been offering up the proceeds, get in front of that, But nah, y'all trying to be selfish and get a little something for yourself. They're going to come for Jeffrey's coin too. You know, they're like, all he gets is 25 cents. So it's mine. Get here. I don't care if it was 15 cents. I want all of it. Restitution. Thank you. Anyway. Karen Knox. Oh my God. His family. The 14-year-old, his family, they're gathered together. And, you know, his dad is just very sad. Very sad. They get a call. And I automatically knew who these people were, but you know, I'm gonna just ride it out until we find out. I'm not just gonna blurt it out yet. But anyway, he gets a call from some racists, and they're telling him, you know, to get on a boat and get the out of the country, and then they hanging up. His son that survived Jeffrey's attack, he's sitting there also in a daze, and then we see he's remembering an encounter he had with Jeffrey, and he wakes up. And he's tied up by his ankles and his wrists at the bed. And then Jeffrey's standing over him. And he's like, I just want to take some pictures, you know. And then he looks up and he sees his dad cleaning a boat. And his dad is cleaning the boat, you know, like scrubbing it down in a rush. And he says, we got to get out of here. And at first I was like, okay, was he remembering being high and hallucinating his father? What are we doing here? But anyway, he's still sitting on his bed, dazed. And then he thinks back to, you know, a time where he's walking down the stairs into Jeffrey's cellar. And he sees Jeffrey there with his brother sitting there tied up. And Jeffrey's behind them with the saw talking about something. Hey, watch what happens when I do this. When he wakes up, because this is a nightmare, when he wakes up from the nightmare, he gets up, he heads downstairs, you know, gets some water. And his mom is in there cutting out his brother's face from all the pictures. Because in their culture, they don't speak of the dead's name, you know, once they're gone. And she don't want to talk about what happened, none of that. It's just like erased. And she's just so toe up about having to do that. Crying, just it's really sad. It really is. Terrible. Anyway, they done gave these motherfuckers an award. They gave them an award. The officers that dropped the ball, that were completely incompetent, they gave them Officer of the Year awards. Room full of people just really clapping it up. On the other hand, the chief of police is also giving Glenda an award. He's giving her an award for, you know, her bravery. It's the Citizens Merit Award. And, you know, she gets a standing ovation as well, and so do the officers. You know, all of this is happening at the same time. She gets up and accepts her award on one condition, that in the future you do better. Don't let this happen again. And thank you. Y'all have a good day. The family is, you know, talking to their lawyer. And she's also of Asian descent. I said, I know that's minorities always. Listen, minorities need minority representation, period. And that's just that on that. That's just that on that. She's seeking $10 million in damages. And the son, you know, he's there to relay all the news. And the father, she also adds that, you know, they're going to have an auction of Jeffrey's things, and you know, so whatever profit they make, she's gonna see to it that the families receive that. We see the family later on. You know, they say their goodbyes that night. Like it's very ceremonial. You know, they're in the living room and they just have his picture of. They do their own thing. Still, I was bawling, still crying, of course. Glenda starts getting hearing noises again from her vent. Turns out that she was just dreaming, but she takes her pillows downstairs to the lobby where everybody is, and she meets a neighbor that, you know, I guess she's heard her name around the building, but they've never met. And, you know, she tells her, you know, it was a good thing that you did. And Glenda was like, I mean, as good a thing it was, like, we can't even sleep in our own beds now. And the lady is like, she's been having nightmares too. You know, she's been taking the long way to the dumpster just so she don't have to walk past that son of a bitch's house. Her words. Glenda tells her the next time, you know, you need your trash taken out, just tell me. Just sit it outside your door, basically. You know, we got to look out for one another. The 14-year-old's father gets another call, and these people pressed. Oh, you asked for 10 million? He tells him to go F off and go get back on this rice paddy. So it's obvious these the police, right? Because how these folks know about your every move? They did that same They do that all the time. They did that, you know, during the civil rights movement and all of that, when the Klansmen, aka the police force, were out. You know, they police by day, Klansmen at night. And so that's what they used to do. Just call you thinking that they intimidating you, scaring you or something like that. You're a fucking coward. You won't even pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Just all this mouth calling my line, with the words, with your words. Like, pull up. Pull up or stop calling my line. That's all I would have to say. Pull up or stop calling my line, because like, you're not gonna pull up. So just stop calling my line. Talking about go back to your rice paddy. Like, what? Okay. just intellectually in the trash. You know, like just anyway, the building manager, he comes down, you know, and tells them that he's been told for safety reasons that he can no longer allow them to sleep in the lobby. For those of you that choose to stay, you know, there's a caveat. Well, maybe not a caveat, you know, because it's a good thing. But he says that he's going to lower the rent 20% for those that want to stay. And if you do choose to break your lease, there will be no penalty for that. You know, he going on about his business. Glenda, we see she goes to a church, and it's a funeral. She runs into the guy. He's a priest or reverend. He helped the family come over from Laos. And so he also wanted to put together, you know, a funeral for him. There weren't many parts that were found of him, you know, just pieces. And so this is the best he could do, to give them some type of, you know, formal memorial. Glenda wants to talk to his mother. Of course, she's in no place to have a conversation. So she asks where his father is, and she finds him and sits down next to him and introduces herself, and she apologizes for how things, you know, went, you know, because she did what she could do, but she apologized that she couldn't do more. He tells her, you know, it's okay. You did everything that you could. You know, he's like, I see you. I know you looked out for my boy. I know you looked out for my boy. Lionel, he goes to see his mother. He's completed the book. But it ain't gonna be no, no, that's what it is. I wrote the book is done, but that's what I meant. The book is done. Like, it's done, over, finito. Ain't gonna be no book. There's also not gonna be no movie deal, none of that, you know, because I guess his agent, you know, publishers, they're like, we ain't finna be giving the money away. So that's out. Sorry, I'm sure he just done got dropped completely. He tells his mother, and she just laying there looking straight in the air. She has completely been taken over by the dementia, completely. And at this point, it's like, are we at hospice or what? Because it's just time to let Granny go. It's just time to let Granny go. That ain't no way to live. That is not, that, no quality of life at all whatsoever, just laying there looking up in the air. Damn, that was really sad to see. It really was. And he was just talking to her like she was going to respond. Just having real, regular, casual conversation like you would with someone that was going to, you know, respond. Anyway, he tells her, you know, I know you loved Jeffrey in your own way. He loved you in his own way. You did the best you could with him. You know, you were a great mom to me, you know. And then he gives her a kiss and tells her he'll be back tomorrow. Then we see these boys. They're outside of Glenda's apartment taking pictures, you know, pretending to be Jeffrey, you know, just dumb picturs. And trying to, you know, I'm like, y'all really out here trying to get some damn Jeffrey Dahmer content? Anyway, Glenda and her real daughter, they walk up and daughter goes off. You know, she goes off, and one of them, it's like, no, this is my mama house. Be clear. This my mama house, and y'all not about to do this around here. This where she got to live. Y'all over here making your little jokes. It ain't funny. Get on from around here with all that. And of course, you know, it's a free country. We can do what we want. You know how teenagers do. And so before he can even get anything out, daughter just snatches she snatches his camera and smashes it on the ground. What'd you do that for? Get on around here. Get on from around here. Bye. You on private property, you know? Anyway, they go inside. Daughter, you know, and she a mother. She a mother too, because she got a baby now. But they're in the house and they're watching an interview that Jeffrey is doing. You know, everybody all over town is watching the interview. People at the diner, they can't even eat their food watching the interview. Everybody's listening. You know, the families are watching. The Asian family, of course, they're like, we're not listening to this. Turn it off. So they turn it off. Understandably. Because even Glenda turns the TV off because he want to start going into details, you know, about what he did and why he did this and how he did this and how he did that. She like, this is my life. This was my life. I'm not about to do this. She don't think it's fair, you know, that he has any interview. Like, why he get to tell his side of the story? We don't care about his side. They get a knock at the door, and it's the police. That white boy done pressed charges. He said he's been assaulted, and she smashed his camera. Now, she smashed his camera. Yes. But assaulted? You a damn lie. You a damn lie. Anyway, we see this man making a call. I don't know who this man is, but he has a familiar face as well. Like I should recognize him, but he makes a call and he wants all of Jeffrey Dahmer's belongings, all of it. We see him at the dump. You know, they're you know, collecting it. Some of them over there playing with the saw and all of that. He's like, get your hands off. That's my property. All right, smash it all. He had it all destroyed down there at the dump. We see the Asian family speaking with their lawyer again, and the city is now offering. They done come up with a settlement of $850,000, and she told me, and I think that you should take it. You know, you finally move on and start the healing process. Girl, you told me you done tuned me up for $10 million. I don't want no damn $850,000. They're gonna have to come up with some more, at least $1 million. Like, at least get a folks $1 million. $850K. What a slap in my face. I couldn't believe that. And I can't believe you, lawyer girl, for wanting them to accept that. They deserve all $10 million for real. $850K. Girl, you fired. You fired, girl. Anyway, this time he gets a knock at the door, and it's this man, and he says his name is Joe. And then, you know, he tells him, you know, I know about the auction and all of that, and the proceeds going to the victims. But I couldn't see, you know, I couldn't stand to see that stuff, you know, being collector's items. So he tells him, you know, I smashed it all, and, you know, here's your cut of it, $32K. And so, you know, he would get the $32K on top of the other. So, I mean, you know, God looked out. He gonna always do it. Won't he do it? He gonna look out. Anyway, he get another call. You know, it's the police again. They calling, and I forgot what they said, but, you know, they still on their mess. And this time, mama take the phone, never, you know, screaming on the phone, never call here again. I'm like, listen, again, pull up, or what we doing? Y'all not gonna pull up on them people's doorstep and do anything. So why you calling them, harassing them like that? And when they get off the phone, their sergeant is like, hey, what are you guys doing? It's the black man. Oh, we was just leaving, making some phone calls. He should have went round, because I feel like, aren't they all recorded? Go around there and listen to that. Go around there and listen to that, sir. Because they up to no good. Harassing people, harassing the victims. Ricky Ron, he's now a counselor at an AIDS clinic, and he's talking to a guy that has just tested positive. The guy is telling Ricky Ron, since finding out, his status, he's really shut himself off from the world. While he's talking, Ricky Ron is like kind of in a daze. He's just, he can empathize with having a brush with death, and now never wanted to leave the house, and how he, so we're seeing him, trying to enter back into the party scene, get back out there and socialize. We see him enjoying a night out with friends, and he's in the club, and then he thinks he sees Jeffrey at the bar. And he just tells him, listen, you can't hide forever. Like, you're going to have to start facing your fears. Listen, trust me, I know. Glenda, she's walking into her apartment, and the building manager, stops by, and he got more news. The building is under new management now, got new owners, and they want to demolish the building. And she's like, so what am I supposed to do? He says that they'll cover the relocation costs, but she does have to move, and she has 60 days. She says, well, whatever. I feel like they should turn this into a memorial for the victims anyway. Really, really give them a memorial to honor them. And he tells her, that he's sorry for everything. And she's like, thank you. You a good man. You a good man. 2 months later, the people are gathering outside, to watch them demolish the building. Glenda, she's out there, and she looks up and she sees Jeffrey in the window, and she's kind of, befuddled. And, of course, it's just, her seeing things. He ain't really up there. He's in prison. But listen, the amount of emotional stress he's put her through, of course she's still seeing him in places where he's not there. She snaps out of it though, and they demolish the building. Jeffrey, he's sitting up in prison church singing hymns, and out of nowhere, it's really Jesus loves the little children, all the children of the world. Ready, shake, shake, shake. It was out of nowhere, and I was like, oh, okay. All right. Bravo. Kudos to you, sir. That was for the team. It was for the team. He was telling him, you fucking deserve it. You don't deserve to be here. You don't deserve to be here. But they rushed him to the infirmary, and he survived. You survived this one. I ain't got to episode 10 yet. But anyway, he's still getting mail. He's sitting up in bed reading all his fan mail from his crazy ass fans and their silly asses. And their silly ass letters, sending him money and all of that. Just praising him, for his sadistic ways. Foolishness. That's where we end this episode. Let me get off of here. I gotta edit these because I had to stop the recording a couple of times on this one. Everybody was just texting, calling, all that. I'm going to start sending out a message. I'm about to record. Don't. My recording time is from this to this, so don't call in those times. That's what I'm going to start doing, because I be getting interrupted sometimes, and I hate when I lose my flow, because then I have to find my planes and all that. Anyway, be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It's Call Me Busby, and I'll chat with you later. Peace and light.